Hi folks, this is your old pal. Wow. We're going to do a little updates. First, we're going to cover this one in a few seconds. But the updates are from my friends, Corsair Trainer, who did a laundry one. Now, a lot of people notice that a lot of preppers and survivalists don't talk about laundry. It's very difficult and also very few. Corsairs did one. Hubble's Cat did one. I forgot the other guy who did one out on laundry, but we'll get back to that subject. Old School Prepper. That's pretty good. She's doing gardening. Please check her out. Palmetto Prepared. He still has a baby and busy, and he's doing more stuff. So please check out those channels. And the Ungrateful Peasant. Check out his podcast when he has time from his schoolwork. Now, Camp Patton's Family Compound. He's doing a giveaway for 15,000 subscribers. He's at needs 48 more, and then he'll make it. Okay? So tell him Uncle Alan sent you over there and annoy him a lot. And please pass it on with other social media groups. Okay? And now back to this. Now, they have a whole section in this book about laundry crafts. Now, laundry was a big thing back before everything was modern. This is the turn of the century, about 1810 to 1820. From 1910 to 1920, laundry was very hard. First, you have to draw clean, fresh water. Now, a lot of people say, I'll use pool water. Fine, but you can't drink it, so be careful. Second, you don't want to use green, chunky, brown water. No. Okay? Because you have to carry the water, you have to make sure the water is clean, not filthy or dirty or cloudy. Next step, Martha's trying to figure out, if you read this book, this section of the book explains about making lye and soap. And it tells you on the lye meteor or a raw egg, you have to make lye, and lye is, God, that's really hard. It has sections, but I think they repeat this one. Okay, next is washing linens, the whites. And if you notice this, these things hasn't changed over 100 years. Okay, you still have the stick with a funnel at the end. Okay, and if you don't have a funnel at the end, you put a stool on the bottom, and that's your agitator. Oh, now people use tubs, but in the old days, the Chinese used to do that in barrels, so they could do that. Now, Chinese and Japanese had laundry services, and they do know what they're doing. Because one, it's very taxing work. Every housewife wasn't rich. Called wash day, sad day. Because they will get drunk and their friends, and they start washing around. Because it's manual labor, intense labor. And also what Steve forgot was scrub brush. Okay? And you have your washing boards, iron, wood, and you have whatchamacallit. It's not a wringer, it's an agitator. Why I'm gasping is this damn book is heavy. I do recommend it. Now, they did have, you see Hubble's cat, he has that little tabletop model washing machine. They do have manual powered washing machines. It hasn't changed over 120 years. Okay? Basically, they run an agitation. Either they shake the wash bucket, or they have some kind of impeller in there to wash the materials. Now, second part, what a lot of people miss is drying out, and that's the wringer. Okay? Now the bad thing about the Wringer is it's called the button breaker, the finger breaker, if you're drying linen. Okay? Another thing that Corsair and Huble's cat forget was clothesline and pins. Okay, see right there? Hanging up on the clothesline. And you have clothespins, all sorts, handmade, wooden split, carved, turned wood. But back to drying clothes. If you're in the winter and snowing outside, you can't dry clothes. That's why they have dry racks. See there. Okay, now dry racks serve two purposes. One, to dry your clothes, and two, dry any food that you have available. And that's another discussion we'll talk about. But the Wringer is the second most important thing to the tub. Because unless you want to be there all day going like this on clothes, and you have a pile of clothes this big for 4 people, you should invest in a Wringer. Now, people says, Uncle Alan, you have a dryer. Why do you have a clothesline in back? Because I always have backups. I don't trust people. Okay. Now, pressing linen comes into 2 forms. The white, okay? You have roller type, you have the board, you have board with a thing that's pressing it out, and then you have a flat iron to iron it out. Now, why people ask me they have all this? I went to a historical site back east a long time ago, and it's very hard to press the old linens. And if you have a sad iron and you don't know what you're doing, 3 times is worse. Now, these are sad irons. Okay? They're heavy. They're 5 pounds. Women back then had muscles. Okay? Now, let's see. This is a big, heavy book, but I do recommend it. It's very good. And I'm trying to find we'll cover that part. But I do recommend this book. Okay, if it gets to that point, you better pray that we don't reach this point. Because a lot of people think, oh, it's just like Rambo. We're running around in the woods, wear camis and stuff like that. That's called fantasy. You're out of your booming minds. Okay? Now remember, folks, don't trust everything on YouTube. Always double, triple check. Not on Google, buy books. And I seriously tell people, I don't care if you have the whole volume of Shakespeare and you have a guide of a Boy Scout. Doesn't matter. Read. This is important because my figures and also 3 colleges figures, 80% of you are stupider than a 5th grader. Okay? And I'll catch you later, folks. You have a nice day.